Hello everyone, my name is Missy Ayu Andira and my student number is 2007050609. So in this video, I would like to present about language typology and explain about three theories from three linguists of typology. So let's get started. First of all, we must know what is typology. So etymologically, typology means the main classifications. In linguistics, the term of technical typology refers to the classification of languages based on the characteristics of their grammar and sentence structure. Some linguists put forward their ideas about this typology, including Wilhelm von Humboldt, Johannes Smith, and William Alexander Stewart. Johannes Smith put out an alternate model of tree model in the early 1870s, in which he emphasized that the boundaries between the languages that descendants from a proto-language are in the permanent stage of flux. He said that this is due to the fact that linguistics innovations spread like waves, never stopping at exactly the same bounds. After some time, Smith's concepts of genetic relationships become known as the wave model of genetic interactions. Under the wave model, each time a language changes, it starts somewhere in the network and spreads to other group of users from there. Change can be thought of as a wave that grows from its centers as more and more people start to use a new thing. These waves don't depend on each other and don't always go inside each other. The wave model of wave theory, or German Wellen theory, in historical linguistics describes how a new language feature or innovation or combination of language features spreads from each region or origins, affecting a gradually expanding cluster of dialects. Dialect diffusion spread like waves. The theory replaced the tree model, which failed to explain some features, especially in Germanic languages, by distance from a proto-language, and its most ambitious, it replaced a language tree model. The wave model was only used to study dialect continua and aerial phenomena in the 20th centuries, but due to the tree model's flaws, historical linguists are now using it more. The drawbacks of this theory are stated by Gill in the 1974. He has opposed the wave model, instead arguing that innovations are typically seen as spreading from cities to town and then from large towns to smaller towns, leaving over the intervening countryside. Therefore, it becomes clear that despite their intent, the wave theorists didn't manage to overthrow the tree model. Instead, linguists have argued that the wave model complements and the tree model in case where the latter can explain some features. The basic tree model has remained unusually effective and resilient. According to his writing, he says that all languages are merely reproductions of human nature with the ability to speak. Language is a world that can be found in between the outside world and the inner world of humans. Words emerge from the natural feelings of the speaker, and listeners understand them through their own natural feelings. In addition, Humboldt regarded language as an activity that arises spontaneously from the human spirit. So the concept of his theory are the nature and structure of a language express the inner life and knowledge of the people who speak it. Speakers of different languages must differ from one another in the same way and to the same degree as the speakers of those languages. Last but not least, we talk about William Alexander Stewart theory. The current typology, according to Stewart, it aims to contribute to the development of a comparative framework for describing national multilingualism by proposing methods for describing the sociolinguistic situation at the national level. It focuses on the types of social, functional, and distributive relations that different linguistic systems may have within national boundaries and provides a conceptual framework for identifying this. In determining possible relationships between different linguistic systems in a multilingual society, linguistic systems are codified not only in terms of their structure, but also in terms of their history, relationship of other linguistic systems, normative level, and codification over generations. As far as its use in a particular administration is concerned, they tend to fall into various categories of intrinsic social value degradations. Such classifications are known as language types. Language types is an important factor in determining whether members of national community, including language planners, accepts a particular language system as suitable for certain rules, such as use as an official language. So the conclusion of this presentation, in linguistics, the term technical typology refers to the classification of language based on the characteristic of their grammar and sentence structure. So the differences of the theory is, according to Humboldt, language developed from natural feelings of the speaker and listeners understand it through their own natural feelings. As a result, the classification of language, according to the Humboldt, is how the grammatical characteristic and sentence structure in a language can be expressed naturally from within the speaker's own mind and can be understood naturally by listeners. So, according to Smith's theory, the grammar and sentence structure of language are not inherited like they are in the tree model. Instead, they are the result of new language features or innovation or combination of other language features that spread from their area of origins, influencing dialect groups that develop gradually. So last but not least is Stewart's theory. According to him, the purpose of language typology is to make a contribution to the development of the comparative framework for describing national multilingualism. So language typology proposes a method for describing a sociolinguistic situation at the national level. So this will help to describe national multilingualism. I think that's all about my presentation about language typology. Thank you.